Hi, I'm Suzy Fleming Leonard, and welcome to Today in Brevard Entertainment. I'm looking forward to enjoying this Memorial Day holiday weekend, and I know you are too. So let's start planning. Joining me in the studio is Jennifer Sangalang, editor of our Metro Mix Entertainment website. Jennifer, what can we look forward to this weekend?
Well, first, if you want to get zapped this weekend, you'll want to go to Lou's Blues Inn in the Atlantic. Now, Lou's is a rockin' bar right on the beach.
And while you're there, you want to check out the Blues Burger, one of the best hamburgers I've ever had. And now, what time can we start looking for the Zap Squad, and what time will Heath be there this weekend?
Heath will be there at 9 o'clock on Friday night.
So you should look for the guy in the Metro Mix t-shirt, and if you see him, say hello, and we'll take your picture.
Yep. Then be sure to check out our website Monday morning at brevard.metromix.com. Other fun things to do this weekend, Rusty's at Port Canaveral. They'll host a Rock the Dock Memorial Day street party at 6 p.m. Saturday. Crucial and Emotional Rescue will provide the music, and we hear there is a cornhole tournament with $300 in cash prizes.
That sounds like a lot of fun, and I know our good friend Lisa Moldovan from WA1A radio will be there too. So, and I think what you said, admission to that?
It's free.
Free. What about Earl's Hideaway in Sebastian?
Well, Earl's is having a Riverfront Music Festival this weekend. It is a 3-day event, and the lineup includes the Reverend Billy C. Wirtz, Diddley Squat, and Steve Thorpe.
These are great musicians. I love hearing, I love all three of these, especially the Reverend and Steve Thorpe, who, great blues player.
Didn't you play with Steve Thorpe?
Well, I've played bluegrass with Steve Thorpe. I'm not quite the caliber of his blues, but I have played a little bluegrass with him. So
cool. And there's a Memorial Day event at Riverfront Park in Cocoa Village.
And that's going to be on Monday, right?
That's at Monday, 2 o'clock.
And beautiful, beautiful view, beautiful park, a great way to spend Memorial Day. But what we really need to talk about is this weekend's Beach Fest. That's going to be at the Cocoa Beach Pier.
Yep, that's at the Cocoa Beach Pier. Go there on Saturday. There's the military games. You have competition between the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Sheriff's deputies.
So basically what you're saying is if you want to commit a crime this weekend, don't do it at the Cocoa Beach Pier, because
don't do it from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday.
You're pretty much going to get caught with
yeah.
all of that, all of the military and law enforcement there. And now you did a little preparation for this event.
I did.
And from the looks of it, you had a little bit too much fun. I mean,
I did. Sports editor Lee Nessel and I got together with Staff Sergeant Chad Goff from Patrick Air Force Base. He'll be competing Saturday, so we decided to see how we'd match up against him.
And I gotta say, the results were pretty amusing.
I got a workout. I'm Jennifer Sangalang with Metro Mix Brevard, and today we're going to pit Florida Today sports editor Lee Nessel against Staff Sergeant Chad Goff of Patrick Air Force Base. Now, Chad will be competing in the military games during Beach Fest on May 23rd at the Cocoa Beach Pier. The military games include volleyball, tug of war, a Hands of Stone event, and these athletes are in amazing shape. And we have men and women from the Army, the Air Force, Marines, the lifeguards, Brevard County Fire Rescue, the Navy, and the Coast Guard. These guys will get to compete for bragging rights as to who is in the best shape. So Lee, show me your guns. Are you guys ready?
Bring it. Bring it on.
All right, here we go.
I think Chad won that one.
Now for round 2, the competitors will hold 30-pound buckets of sand and try to hold them for as long as they can. A few years ago, a firefighter held the buckets for more than 4 minutes, and a female Air Force member held it for 21 minutes. I don't think I can hold these for more than 4 seconds, but let's see how Lee and Chad do.
Well, actually, it's a lot tougher than I thought it would be.
So how do you prepare for Beach Fest?
I work out every morning at 0500 in the morning at Patrick Air Force Base. I do a lot of weight training as well as a lot of running. and well as swimming. I'm doing a lot more swimming these days because the two events that I'm going to be involved in this year for Beach Fest is going to be the 5K run as well as the ocean relay, which is the swimming portion.
I work out like a fiend. I swim at least once a week, which is my best sport. I go to Harbor City CrossFit, which I welcome anybody to come try some workouts with us. That involves Olympic weightlifting, some gymnastics, running, cardio, you name it, we do it.
It means a lot to me to represent not only the United States Air Force, but all joint services that will be involved at this event, as well as build rapport with Brevard County Rescue, Fire Rescue, other police agencies and everything out that'll be out there for this event.
Are you guys ready for the last round?
You know, Chad's a worthy competitor, but I got something left. I'm ready.
And you?
Well, it's been tough, but I think I got this event in the bag.
On your mark, get set, go.
And the winner is... It's a tie. Chad and Lee, they both win. For the real deal, head to the Beach Fest for the military games on May 23rd at the Cocoa Beach Pier. I want to thank Staff Sergeant Chad Goff of Patrick Air Force Base, and Florida Today sports editor Lee Nessel, and Eric Bryan of Patrick Air Force Base. I'm Jennifer Sangalang with Metromix Brevard. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
You know, it wouldn't be Memorial Day weekend in Brevard County without Beach Fest and the Battle of the Badges. And it wouldn't be Halloween in Brevard County without Rocky Horror at Surfside Playhouse. But it's not Halloween. But, you know, I don't want to confuse you, because Surfside Playhouse is going to be opening the Rocky Horror Show this weekend, but it's not the show you might be used to seeing at the Cocoa Beach Theater. At Halloween, the Playhouse shows Rocky Horror Picture Show, the movie with the shadow cast performing in front of the screen. This weekend, the Surfside Players will be opening the stage version of the movie. Let's take a behind-the-scenes look at a rehearsal, and then we'll meet a couple of talented performers who will be taking the stage Friday night.
So, come up to the lab and see what's on the slab. I see you shiver with anticipation. But
we're doing the Rocky Horror Show, which is actually the original musical, which the movie was based on the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And we've done the movie for the past 7 years. This will be our 8th year coming up in October, but this is the Rock musical, live.
Just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right. With your hands on your hips, you bring your knees in tight, but it's the pelvic thrust that really drives.
This is a very serious musical.
Let's do time work again. Let's do time work again.
This is where things are going to start getting reversed, okay? So whenever we have a line, you have Brad, Dr. Scott. I want you to have a different pose for each of those.
Brad!
Damn it! Rocky!
Dr. Scott! Brad!
Damn it!
It's about the mad Dr. Frankenfurter, who comes to Earth and tries to take over human beings by messing up with their mindset, and they come down to time warp people into this new idea of don't dream it, be it.
So you got for the well, how about that? Well, babies, don't you panic.
So people are welcome to dress how they want to, but it's not required to dress in women's lingerie. You are not allowed to throw things at the actors because there's actually dancing and singing on stage.
I'm just a sweet transvestite.
Sweet transvestite.
from transsexual Transylvania. Ha ha!
This looks like it's going to be a wild and wacky show. I've got Alan Selby, who'll be playing Riff Raff, and Jen Sabert, who'll be playing Janet, with me in the studio. Welcome, guys, and tell me about this show. It looks like it's going to be a hoot.
It is a blast. It is everything you've thought the movie could be, and more. This is the original stage version that the film was based off of. Mm-hmm. It's a same driving rock and roll, a lot of most of the same characters, everything there, just live, more energy, more power, everything you possibly could think.
So there's a lot of dancing and a lot of music, and there's going to be a band with this performance.
Yes, we've got a 6-piece live rock band on stage. We're surrounding and dancing around them and everything.
Well, Jen, tell us about your character. I know you come in as kind of the innocent, and you sort of lose your innocence as the show.
Yes, she comes in, she's very sweet and naive, and she sort of gets swept away with it all, I suppose. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. I've never had to play a role quite so that changes so much.
And you've got some of the big singing numbers too. I think a song with the
Touch
love
Me.
song with the monster.
Yes, which is fun.
And now I don't know much about the Riff Raff character. What is he's very shiny.
Riff Raff is the servant, the butler of Dr. Frankenfurter, who is the mad scientist. So most of the time you see Riff Raff in his standard butler tuxedo, but at the end, as they're getting ready to go home, he puts on his spacesuit and is ready to fly.
Very nice. And I have to. Can I do this? Alan really got into his role. You do not usually sport the bald head.
No, no. My wife
actually did this for this role.
I did this for this role. I have been playing Riff Raff in a shadow cast off and on since 1980.
Oh, wow.
So for almost 30 years I have been wanting to do this show, and I have said for the longest time that if I get to do it, the hair is coming off. So my wife is not too thrilled, but it grows back, believe me.
And I think one of the things that I know Pam Harbaugh, our arts writer, talked with some of the cast and did a story for TGIF tomorrow. One thing that she said that we want everybody to know, if you go see the movie, you bring your props, you bring your toast and your rice. We don't want you to do that for this show.
That is right. The whole audience experience of the movie, of throwing things and yelling out call lines and all that, that's part of the movie. We are doing just the full Broadway stage version, and we're saying no to props. Anything that is brought in will be confiscated at the door.
They're serious about this.
Yeah, we don't need anything thrown on stage because we've got 20 people up there dancing their hearts out, and anything that can make that stage slippery, or it's dangerous.
Yeah, rice.
Right.
Uncooked rice on a stage that you're trying to dance on would not be a good thing.
And it's just very distracting. It takes away from the production. So.
Well, I asked Alan before we started if he would teach me that this show is known for the time warp, the dance, the time warp, and Alan is going to teach me how to do the time warp. Jen is not going to dance with us.
I don't know it because my character doesn't do it. I just watch and I'm shocked.
Exactly.
All right, are we going to try this?
Let's do.
Okay. I hope my mother's not watching. All right.
No, it's very simple.
Okay.
In fact, it tells you exactly what you do.
Okay.
It's just a jump to the left, and then a step to the right. With your hands on your hips, you bring your knees in tight.
Okay.
Got it?
I guess
Think
so.
you can do it?
All right, we'll try it again.
Okay.
One more time.
Once again, it's just a jump to the left. Okay. And then a step to the right. With your hands on your hips, you bring your knees in tight.
Okay.
Okay.
We have to stop there because then it gets a little PG-13 rated. And
Okay, that works.
Well, Jen and Alan, thank you so much for coming in. It looks like it's going to be a great show, a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Tell us the details, show times, show place.
May 22nd to June 7th at Surfside Playhouse.
I think you've got shows at...
Right. Friday and Saturday nights at 8 o'clock, Sunday matinees at 2. The Surfside Playhouse is at 301 Ramp Road in Cocoa Beach. And the phone number for tickets is 783-3127.
All right, well, I would say break a leg, which is the traditional thing that you say to performers before they start a show. I'm not going to say that for this show because with all the dancing, it looks like that might be a serious possibility. So I'm just going to say I hope you have a great show. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And thanks again for joining me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
In addition to the beach, the music, and Rocky Horror, summer holiday weekends also bring big movie openings. One of this summer's most anticipated offerings is Terminator Salvation, which hits theaters today. And there are a few other fun movies coming our way too. My movie-loving colleague Rob Landers is going to join me right now to talk about Terminator and some of the other things you can find in local theaters. Rob, thanks for joining me, and tell me what you're looking forward to seeing this weekend.
Well, truthfully, Suzy, I'm really looking forward to Night at the Museum, Battle for the Smithsonian. My daughter and I saw the first one together. She absolutely loved the film. I'm actually looking forward to seeing the inside of the Smithsonian, because this is the first film that's actually been shot inside the Smithsonian Institution.
Well, and now I know this is not a movie that's getting great reviews, but this is not the kind of movie that is supposed to be critically acclaimed. This is just a fun summer movie to go see with the family.
Absolutely. And the nice thing about this movie is it teaches kids a little bit about history. With this particular film, you're going to have Amelia Earhart is going to be Larry Daly's sidekick. Robin Williams is back. You have the cavalry. You have you have many historical characters. In addition, you have Darth Vader because you have the all of the fun TV and movie characters.
It's just going to be a really fun movie. But let's talk a little bit about Dance Flick. It's got the Wayans family in it, and I mean, great comedy with the Wayans
Absolutely.
brothers.
I mean, these are the same people that brought us Chick Flick. They brought us all of the scary movies.
But we got to talk about Terminator because that is the big movie this weekend.
It is the big movie.
I know you're a Terminator fan.
Well, you know, I like this franchise. This movie starts out with John Connor, who is the leader of the Human Resistance, who
played
is
by Batman himself, Christian Bale.
Correct.
To point out.
He growls through this movie apparently too. But it's John Connor, the leader of the Human Resistance, who is fighting to make sure that all of the machines led by the artificial intelligence Skynet don't wipe out humanity. This is a series that you really need to watch before you go see this movie because you're going to get confused if you're not a fan. I'm telling you, it's going to be confusing for you.
So you should, this weekend, you should go, if you aren't already a big fan and aren't planning on going to see this tonight, then you should probably go home, rent all of these movies, and watching the TV show, which unfortunately has been canceled, it was not picked up. But watching the
Suzy,
TV show, is that gonna?
The TV show is not going to help you at all.
Okay.
But actually, I have a better idea. If you are not necessarily a fan of this movie and you haven't seen the new Star Trek movie, here's a suggestion. Take $12, drive out to Kennedy Space Center, and go watch Star Trek on the IMAX. They have showings at 7 and at 9:30. I went last night with my brother-in-law. It was absolutely fantastic. I just can't speak enough because it was wonderful. And they let you buy popcorn. You can take it into the IMAX movie at Kennedy Space Center. Who knew?
Wow. Well, so lots of movies, lots of other things. Go check out Star Trek at IMAX, Terminator, Night at the Museum. Any of these movies that are opening this weekend or still showing. And Rob, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thanks for having me, Suzy.
Next time, I think you're going to need to bring popcorn.
Okay.
And thanks to you for watching today in Brevard Entertainment. Remember, you can visit brevard.metromix.com or floridatoday.com, or you can pick up tomorrow's TGIF for more information about the things to do on the Space Coast. From all of us at Florida Today and Today in Brevard, have a great weekend.